growing up in my generation, anything was possible, anything's realistic. That was the view, really, and it's I'll bring it back to the boom and bust thing. It's largely because of the boom era that we grew up in.
I call it the ether era.
Yeah, yeah.
Ether, I'm just keeping it real how I really talk. This is me talking to life cycle development people. This is how I talk. This is really me. I'm not doing the authorship thing right now. I'm just talking to you as my friend. It's the ether era. I just call it ether because it's too much ether. I mean, I'm not saying I was a straight man. Yeah, I enjoyed bits of it, but come on, some people, you can't live for it. You can't live for that life. You got, I mean, I like nice things, but I'm not gonna kill myself for it, sell my soul for it. Come on.
Yeah. And an example of like being in high school in my generation, and it is in previous generations as well, this vibe, but it's just, I just want to give an example from mine. The whole sort of like people, obviously fashion, and people wanting to have, it was Averett jackets.
Yeah, yeah.
And they costed £300 and up, basically.
Yeah.
And the whole jewellery thing as well, and people wanting to have jewellery and tattoos and all of that, and we're just teenagers, if you know what I mean. And I remember some of my friends were boasting about, I got this jewellery and this chain and this, that and that and that. And I just said,
I've got this gadget.
Or this gadget. And that's when mobile phones were kicking in as well and all of that. And I was just like, well, I wouldn't really want to have that until my lifestyle could reflect that as well. That's just the way I was thinking at the time as well. But
you was a smarter kid in a certain way to a point then, because there's a lot, like basically poor kids that they'll just have anything. Like the one that hits me, or the one that stayed with me in the last X amount of years, like kids wearing £300 jeans. And you're in the hood, son. Like, what's going on? Like, your mum, your father never owned a £300 pair of shoes. And I'm sure they don't even have that today. It's amazing. It's like, how can you're wearing the best part of £1,000? But you're still rolling in the hood. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with the hood, but I'm just saying, like, come on, man, you're wearing a £2,000 chain or something, like, you know what I mean?
And we know that there's women watching as well. And we know you love your shoes and your handbags, but a necessity to have £500 shoes. Maybe if you love it so much and you're able to treat yourself that one time, but to have a few
multiple pairs is wrong.
And it's in a humanity way, it's kind of wrong as well. It costs less than £5 to make the shoe.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about it. Like, see me, I'm probably getting older now. Like, I've been mugged. Like, I don't mind paying for quality, but I'm not gonna get mugged. You can't. I know that item costs less than a tenner to make, but you want to charge me £500? I don't know. I can't do that.
And we'll get on to bartering and budgeting another time. That's for a different topic. But you've got to be thinking that way with your clothes. People are living above their means too much. If you're spending, people are spending like £1,000 a month, I guess, on clothes. Really. For themselves. I'm not talking about for their family. For themselves.
No. Having kids changes things as well. But if people doing it with kids or without kids, I've seen people who live in the hood. Then they're looking for rent money. You know what I mean? Because they want to rent, because obviously all the changes that is going on in society right now. They rent money, but they're Gucci'd out. Gucci'd out, Prada. I can't afford them things, but they're looking for rent money, going to the government looking for rent money. And mad.
And like I said, we've all made the mistakes, and it's not actually living above your means is not just material things as well. Mistakes that I have made, it's been a lot of living above my means of the way I treat my time, or spending money on going out drinking or something instead of maybe not going out at all and putting some work into something. It's about the way you spend your time as well. It's not just a material thing, it's the whole lifestyle. And that's what we're trying to educate you about. I've made the switch around, and I'm still making more changes. But like, it's not just a material thing, it's about the way people use their time as well.
Okay, this is something I like now. Partying. Now, when it came to partying, I was a DJ from young. I'm not ashamed to say, after school, I had a club night. Real talk. I had a club, not my own club night, but I was a resident. I had a resident Wednesday. You know what I mean? So, cut a long story short, partying. And one of my best friends, his dad owned the club. So I partying, running around all of London. We were driving from young. The bottom line is we were moving around, yeah? Cut long story short, partying is gone crazy. I mean, it's enjoying yourself, and you've got to do it when you're young. You do that crazy thing. You ain't even really got that much money sometimes, but you just go in, you just want to be out, innit? See things. Girls is out there, things is happening, what you just stayed in the house for, you want to do that, but it's gone crazy. Kids are spending crazy money in the club, and they're poor, they ain't got no money to eat properly, but they go and buy the late, it's just mad. Champagne bottle popping.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
it's are you on crack?
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
You know, going out, you could have a good time with your friends, even if, I don't know, if you was chilling out on your house. So you don't need to always go to the places where you spend money on the tables, and people are spending £500 on the tables, and
they're trying to live a footballer's life.
Yeah, live a footballer's life when they're not.
You got beer money.
Yeah, they're not living above. They're living above their means. They're living like footballers when they could even be unemployed, actually.
There's that.
There's a lot of people doing that.
It's happening everywhere, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't have experienced those things, because I am not ashamed to say I have done that.
Yeah.
I have done a lot of the things that I'm talking about, but I'm just saying that I knew, at least to me, I thought, you know what, I don't like this, because I can see all this thing, and I'm filling up with hate because I want to do this. I like it, but you know what? I'm going to come back when I can afford it, and then it'll be like, yeah, I can feel free and do this thing. I can party, I can do what I want to do, or I can go where I want to go, I can eat where I want to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that was a bit strange for me as a young person. It's like, I'm interested in eating out now, or if I go to a restaurant, I want to eat some good food. I'm not eating crap. And that was something, you're growing up to be a man now. You're thinking slightly different from when the last 5 years, which is just the party, the drinking, and, now I mean, just being around, out with your mates. So some of the times you didn't even enjoy yourself. You was just out. Just doing it for this, whatever sake, you're just doing it.
And that's another thing, like going to the same place every week, and just every week it's like it's a routine of you wasting your money, basically. It's you don't need to go out every week. And what I've found is that when I cut back a bit from going out and stuff, and not going to the same place, I actually enjoy it more. But when I used to go out every week, or when I used to do that, I wasted my money and I didn't enjoy it. So don't do it. Don't do it. First-hand experience. Don't do it.
Yeah, because you went when you wanted to go, when you felt like going. So that's why you enjoyed it. Or even if you sort of like, you half enjoyed yourself. You was like, no, I wanted to have a drink. I enjoyed being out with my mates.
Yeah.
That's how I would advise anybody to get to that stage of your mentality. You're not doing it like a robot or a sheep. You know what I mean? Really enjoy it.
Because I didn't realize it, but I was treating it as a necessity when it's actually a luxury. Going out and partying and drinking is definitely a luxury. It should never really be a necessity. Well, unless you are a DJ or something. You know what I mean?
You know, but way back in the day, only a rich man could drink. You know? So, like, that was like only poor peasants didn't do that. Peasants didn't drink.
Yeah, go back a lifetime ago and analyze what the luxuries were then, and see how it's totally switched to now. There's something wrong.
Yeah, and even if you look back, even when a peasant man could work enough, so he could afford a drink, that's all he did. It causes problems, because what it does, and what we're getting to, is that you waste a lot of your life. I'm not saying don't do these things, but you do it with control. Control in your life of what you do. Pick your poisons. Know what you're doing. There'll be times when it must be times when you've done something, you know you enjoyed it, but you're burnt the next day, or you're burnt next day. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I was enjoying myself. You enjoyed it, but you wake up the next day or that week, or I know I shouldn't have done it. Whatever, it happens. It's part of learning. But don't make it your lifestyle.
And you need to have the mindset where it does burn you as well. If it doesn't, then that's where then you know you're in problems. Switch now.
It's not good to be carrying on. I mean, like, if you've been living that E for life now, you must be feeling it. Your housing's changing, your mum's screaming, got no money, bills is going on, people around you, family, this person's, come on, change your cars, your this, your that, you can't afford this, your budget, your food has changed. That's how deep it is. This is so real. Your food, what you eat in your house has changed because of economics. So how can you say economics doesn't affect you, even if you're trying to live that young man's life, or you're a big man thinking that you're a young man or a woman or whatever? You just, economics has got to be part of your life majorly now.
And we live in a following fashion culture, and you don't need to be following everybody. Just everybody's going out and doing that, so I need to do that. Or everybody's doing this, so I need to do that. Cut that out. Think about what you need yourself, where you want to be, who you want to be, and take it from there.
Yeah, who you want to be around. Don't waste your time with certain people. That's something I could advise you straight away not to do. You know what I mean? They're like, there's friends, yeah, you got friends, and there's certain friends you keep and there's certain friends you don't, and the people you know, whatever. But wasting a lot of time is something, or wasting time. I don't like to waste any time in my life right now. I don't like to waste it at all. You should try and get that in your mind as quick as possible and as young as possible, whether you're young or you're old, or whenever you have to make this change, or you're listening and you think that you can make a change. And this is why we're on this video doing this for you. Get that in there now.